Al, if you were to look forward 5 years from today, can you give me some predictions about the media landscape and your company's position in it?
Sure, I think that any kind of social platform where users are generating content, there are going to be other platforms that come up to find ways to sponsor them. And what I mean by that is Cooperatize, for instance, is a platform for sponsored content on blogs. There are also platforms cropping up for sponsored tweets, sponsored Vine videos, sponsored Instagram posts, obviously sponsored posts on Facebook and Twitter. Now, whatever new platforms come up, I'm guaranteeing you that there's going to be a way to sponsor them, and not just online but offline as well. Thinking about ways to sponsor, logos on coffee cups. We already see on urinals, billboards. Maybe it's down to the thermostat in your home living room, the pans, the kitchen. Everything has a chance to get sponsored, I believe. And it might be seen as a way that brands are invading your home, but as technology progresses, I think it'll be easier and easier for brands and companies to get into these spaces where there's kind of that separation between personal and the public domain.
I think you have described a nightmare scenario for me. At what point do you think consumers will just block it out?
I think it's just going to come down to a cultural thing. Again, I don't think there's a certain line that people say, we can't do this, this is against my morals. Even the new teenagers and teens today, they probably see some of the things that we find annoying as just, this is just a part of life. This is a part of living in our world of media and technology. And so I think as technology's changed, the culture is changing as well. So my belief is that more and more kids and teenagers as they grow up will just be more accepting of these little ways that brands come into their lives and sponsor different things and maybe influence how they think and believe. But as long as they're doing it in a right and legal way, I think that's still going to be the future of how these changes happen.
You had mentioned advertising on Vine, which I find sort of an intriguing thought since Vine is so short. Can you just brainstorm how anyone could possibly attach advertising to Vine?
Yeah, so I don't remember the exact brand that did this, but what they did was post a challenge to a bunch of popular Vine creators saying, hey, create a 5-second video incorporating our product into your daily habits. And so what came about was not one Vine video that incorporated the brand, but thousands. And so what the brand was able to do was aggregate all these kind of Vine videos together and kind of publish it and say, hey, here's what the crowd thinks of our product, even though it really was sponsored. So that's kind of an interesting way to, I guess, pull together a bunch of people in the Vine space that are popular and create something that's kind of memorable. And what ended up happening was one Vine creator created a 5-second video, which led to another, the story from that video led to another person's 5-second video, which led to another person's 5-second video. So it became this story that you want to follow from Vine creator to Vine creator.
Cooperatize focuses on blogs, and I can't tell you how many times I've read an article saying blogs are dying, blogs are going away. What do you think of the future of blogs? Do you think they're here to stay?
I do understand the kind of trend that blogs are dying, and what I think that trend speaks to is actually the number of blog writers, of people that actually write quality 500-word plus articles. That rate of increase is definitely decreasing. However, the number of readers continues to increase at a astronomical rate. There's always going to be new readers out there reading what these great content creators have to say. So I think what's going to happen is the number of quality content creators is probably going to stay pretty steady over time, and they're just going to be writing even better content as they hone their craft and find new stories to write about. And obviously, as the supply of stories increases and the quality of them increase, I think the number of readers will follow. But I do agree that the number of quality blog writers is definitely decreasing.